Hey mom,
Yes, Arsh.
can you help me do some work? I'm trying to move this box but I can't. It's too heavy.
Apply some more force, Harsh. Use your energy.
What's force?
Now, where are you busy? Are you busy without work? Come, I'll teach you what is force, what is work, and what is energy.
Okay.
So, children, today we are going to discuss chapter 18 Force, Work, and Energy. Now, force is a push or pull upon an object. We have learned so far this. That means force will exist as a result of interaction. A force acting on an object may change the shape of that object, may cause movement in that object, or it may accelerate means increase the speed, or slow down means slow down the speed of the object. Force, is of different types. What are the main type of forces that we come across in our daily life? They are the magnetic force, the gravitational force, and the frictional force. Now, let us discuss them one by one. What is magnetic force? You know that the objects that are made up of iron, they can be pulled towards a magnet. That means magnet attracts iron objects. And the force with which it attracts these iron objects, that is called a magnetic force. Now, what is gravitational force? Have you ever noticed that when you throw a ball up in the air, it always drops on the ground? Why does it not go up again? This is because of the gravitational force that is exerted by the earth. The force by which the earth exerts a pull on an object towards itself is called the gravitational force. Now, all the objects, whether they are big or small, they are able to stay where they are placed. That is also because of gravity. Do you know gravity keeps the earth and all the other planets in the solar system in their orbits around the sun? And this was first discovered by Sir Isaac Newton. The gravitational force was first discovered by Sir Isaac Newton when he was sitting in a park on a bench and an apple fell on his head. The third force, that is the frictional force. Have you seen that when you rub your hands together, some heat is generated? That is due to the frictional force. You are able to slide on the smooth floor, but you have a stronger grip on the rough floor. This is all frictional force. Basically, the frictional force acts opposite to the direction of the motion. What is the work of the frictional force? It mainly stops the object from moving, and this is very useful. Do you know when we are walking, we do not slip? That is because of friction. Now, friction between the tires of a vehicle and the road stops the vehicle from skidding. When we are applying the brakes on the cycle, the friction between the road and the tire of the bicycle, that stops the bicycle for us. Friction is part of most of the activities which we do not even come to know. See, when you are writing with a pen, pencil, or the teacher is writing with the chalk on the board, that is all possible due to friction. There are two surfaces that come in contact and they interlock into each other, that you will study in the higher classes, and that is how it opposes the motion of the other object. When mopping and cleaning of the floor is also possible due to friction, then lighting a matchstick against a matchbox is so easy, but the same matchstick is very difficult to light in the rainy season because the edges become smooth, they lose their roughness. Using a toothbrush to clean your teeth, that is another use of friction. And when you are erasing something, your errors on the sheet, that is also because of friction. Now let us quickly see what is work. Work, when you're sitting at one place, you're doing no work. But suppose you are pushing a very heavy object with all the power that you have, but that object is not moving, then in science, work is not said to be done. But if someone is holding a rock on his head and walking on a flat surface, again, no work is said to be done. You must have seen people doing push-ups. Now, according to science, they must be tired and sweating so much. But the total work done by them is 0. And if you have dropped a simple pencil down, you have changed the position of the pencil from your hand to the ground, then you are doing work because you have changed the direction of the object. So, when on applying force on an object, there is change in the position of the object, work is said to be done. Let us talk about energy here. Now, energy is the ability to do work. And where do we get this ability? By the food we eat, from the food we eat. One more thing about energy is very interesting, and that is energy is never created nor destroyed. Then what happens to it? It only changes from one form to another. See, when we are having food, that energy is changed. Food is the chemical form of energy, and then it turns into the kinetic energy that is helping us to do the various functions of our daily lives. Now, let us talk about what are the different sources from where we are getting the energy. These sources of energy can be divided into two types. One is the non-renewable, another is renewable. Now, as the name is suggesting, non-renewable means that which cannot be renewed once used up, cannot be gotten back. So, that means they are in very limited quantities. Whereas the renewable sources, once used, can again be replenished, brought back. Sun's solar energy, as much as we want, we can use it, and again next day it is there. So nowadays electricity is also generated using solar cells, and it is a sustainable reservoir. So it is sustainable reservoir of energy, we say. Means it is always available to us. Now, wind energy, we know that wind also has, the moving wind has got energy which can turn the wind turbines to generate electricity. The hydro, the word hydro, the wind energy and the hydro energy is there. This hydro means water. Water also has got power, and it is the oldest form of energy. The most common type of hydroelectric power plant uses a dam on a river to store water in the reservoir, and when the water is released from the reservoir, what happens? It flows through spinning turbines and activates a generator to produce the electricity. Now, we have got some major hydroelectric powers. You may note down the name from the books. That is also very important. Bhakra, Nagarjun, Koyna, Dehar, Sharavati, Kalindi, Sri Salem. They are some of the hydropower generating units of India. Talking about bioenergy or biomass, we can say bio means living. So all the things that we get from the living plants, that can be used to produce renewable electricity. It is derived therefore from the biological sources like wood waste, straw, manure, sugarcane waste, etc. Now last, this geothermal energy. Geo means earth, and there is a huge amount of energy stored inside the earth now, heat energy. Now this heat energy can be used in the greenhouses for raising new plants or for drying the crops. Now heating water at the fish farms, these are some of the uses where the heat energy of the earth can be used to save the world also from the effects of global warming and improve the public health by stopping the pollution. Let me come back to non-renewable, which I have not yet discussed. Now coal, which is burnt in the large quantities to acquire heat, to turn the water into steam and then used as to run the generators. But once you use the coal is being burnt, then it is depleted. Similarly, the nuclear fuels, what are the nuclear fuels material that I use? The uranium, plutonium, etc. These elements are used to generate the electricity and also for other useful purposes, for research also, but they again need to be handled very carefully. Oil, a lot of oil here we mean is petrol, diesel, gasoline and grease, etc., which are obtained from the petrochemical oils, but they are again in a limited quantity. And similarly, natural gas also, which has increased to a great extent, and it's cheap and environment friendly. It is used for heating, cooking, and as fuel in the vehicles. So this is all now. You can revise and do the back exercises. Let's meet again for the next chapter. Bye.
And don't forget to like and subscribe.